Hi guys, let's start our discussion with the first topic in section A, that is A1.1 financial statements, users, components and limitations. That is your unit A1.1, and then within that first we'll talk about what are the 5 financial statements. Then we'll go ahead with each of the users of the statements, then what are the components, what are the limitations and all that stuff, right? So first, for us to understand, as I already mentioned in the introductory video, section A is very huge. So for this particular section I won't be doing a line by line reading of the material as such. I'll be giving you an overall understanding of the topic, and then you guys are expected to go through the entire material. I won't be like I won't read like financial statements are essential tools for understanding and evaluating the financial health and performance of a company. I won't do that like line by line reading. Okay, I'll just give you an overview because this entire unit as such, the entire section as such, is a very voluminous section, so line by line reading won't be possible. All right, so let's go ahead with the first one. What are financial statements? So as we already discussed during the introductory phase and is also covered during section B introduction, where I discussed about the different aspects of the company. So basically, if I talk about a company, there is two major areas that we need. There are two major categories of people that we need to understand. One is the shareholders and other one is the board of directors. So the shareholders are the owners of the company, whereas the board of directors are operating the company. They manage the company, so they take the day-to-day decisions of the company. So this board of directors need to report to the shareholders, and they do not report as in daily, okay, today I came to the office, I did this, I did that. No, that's not what we call by report. So they have to submit some information to the shareholders. So what is that information? This would include your financial statements, then you'll have your these financial statements must be audited and an audit report should be presented. Then along with this audit report, a board of directors report needs to be submitted. So all of this, there will be a bunch of statements that need to be clubbed together, and the directors need to present them to the shareholders in the AGM. What is AGM? AGM stands for annual general meeting. As the name suggests, it is a general meeting conducted on an annual basis. Yearly once will be there. So all the shareholders will be invited. So all of them would be sitting there, and the board of directors will start announcing one by one. Okay, this year the company has made a profit of blah blah blah, or this year the financial position of the company in terms of net worth has grown from 10 million to 12 million. Or else they'll also explain that, okay, this year a couple of our directors have terminated from their board, from their tenure has been completed. So we are either reproposing them as the directors, or we are proposing some new people as the directors of the company. So shareholders can choose. So whatever we are proposing a $2 per share as a dividend for this particular year, whatever the proposals are there, that would be put forth and the shareholders will vote on that, right? So coming now to our context here. So in this lecture we are going to talk about this part of this entire story, the financial statements. So when a company needs to present the financial statements, they need to what is the purpose of presenting these financial statements? First, let's understand that the purpose is to give information, financial information, to the shareholders, correct? So now imagine you are a shareholder in 3 different companies. One okay, 3 different software companies. Let's first try to make it even more easier. So you are a shareholder in 3 software companies. Is it possible? Absolutely yes, no restriction. So now you have invested your money in, let's say, Alphabet, which is Google, Meta, which is Facebook, and Amazon, for example. So you have invested in Meta, Alphabet, and uh, Amazon. So now these 3 companies are telling you, okay, we made this much profit, this is our financial position, blah blah blah. So they're giving you some information. Now as a user, as a shareholder, as an investor, do you know how to prepare the financial statements? Maybe because you are preparing for that in CMA, you might know a little bit about it, But then as a general common user, do I really know how to read the financial statements? No. Now imagine my problem if all the companies are creating these financial statements in different formats. Somebody is doing it in a table form, somebody is doing it in a line by line, somebody is doing it in a T-shaped debits and credits. So as a user, it becomes even more difficult for me to understand any of that. So the entire purpose of sharing the financial statements is gone. The purpose was to communicate with me and help me understand how the company I invested in, how is it performing. But if I am unable to understand, there is no purpose being served here. So for that reason, there are certain frameworks across the globe. Okay, try to focus with me. There are certain frameworks across the globe, and there are certain bodies which are created to ensure that these financial statements are prepared and presented in a uniform way so that it can be easily communicated to everybody. So now, whether it is Amazon or whether it is Netflix or whether it is your Meta or whether it is Alphabet or whether it is whatever company you want to take, Tesla or whatever. So all of the companies have to present the financial statements in the same format. So now it becomes easy for everybody to read and understand them because you only have one format and you need to learn one format. So you will be able to read all the financial statements, right? So with that in mind, sir, now what is that framework? What are the bodies that you have spoke about? Don't worry, we'll learn all of that as we move forward. Just in this topics only, in the first A1.1 only, we'll learn all that. Don't worry, it is there. I covered that in the material. All right, chalo, let's go ahead. So when we keep saying financial statements, so now what do we get from the financial statements, sir? I'm just highlighting some keywords in your material. So these financial statements are useful for understanding and evaluating the health of the company. Which health? The financial health of the company and also the performance of the company. So you want to know how they are performing, as in how much profit a company is making, and you also want to know the financial overall health of the company. So for example, if you take an individual, suppose, okay, this is a very classic example that is very easy for everyone to understand. So imagine you are not you, there is an Indian wedding being planned, an arranged wedding, not a love marriage or something like that, an arranged marriage. So what would be the two things that will be considered by the uh, bride's parents? First one, how much is he earning? Second one is how much wealth does he have? Correct. I'm not talking about actually meeting in person, understanding that person and all that stuff. That is all blah blah. That is all a secondary thing. First and foremost thing, even at the time of filtering the profiles itself, the first and foremost thing is what is their monthly earning, how much salary they are getting, or how much profit their business is making, or whatever it is. So earnings and wealth. So does he have any properties, or does he have this blah 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 assets and all, how many cars he have, or whatever, buildings and land and all that stuff. So when you want to evaluate the financial health of a person or a company, you want to know their earnings, the periodical profits, and you would also want to know their wealth, the position of the financial position of that particular company. So that's what you are evaluating here, the performance of the company and also the financial health of the company, the financial position of the company. So you need to have a comprehensive overview about the entire company's financial activities, transactions, and everything. So there are 5 financial statements which are the most important ones, or they are the 5 components of the financial statements. What are the 5? So you have here the income statement, statement of balance sheet, the cash flow statement, statement of changes in equity, and the statement of comprehensive income. So these are your 5 financial statements. Actually, did I make a mistake there? Okay. All right. So this statement of comprehensive income is an extension of the income statement. So technically speaking, there is no separate income statement and comprehensive income statement. There is one comprehensive income statement that also includes the income statement. So these are not two separate statements, they are one. Sir, in that case, then this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. This is not 5. You are saying this is also 1. Then where is the fifth one? Okay, I hope you are paying attention what I'm saying. First one is income statement that also includes the comprehensive income. So that is also 1. Then second one is balance sheet. Third one is cash flow. Fourth one is statement of changes in equity. Then what is the fifth one? You said 5 financial. Okay, the fifth one is notes to accounts. All right. This is the fifth one. This is not a financial statement as such. It is an extension or an explanation to the financial statements. So usually most people do not consider that to be a part of the finance. I mean, that is not by definition. Some people don't consider that as a financial statement, but it is. It is financial statement. It is a part of the financial statements. Okay. Actually, the heading clearly mentions that it is a part of the financial statement. I'll show you that later when you will get better idea about it. I'll show you an actual company's financial statement, so you'll get to know about it. All right. Okay. Next. Um. Okay. Let's end this video here, and in the next video I'll talk about the 5 financial statements in detail. Okay, see you guys, keep smiling, take care, bye bye.